To the Hamsey Analytics Daily Market Commentary. I'm Paulo Navarro. Today is Friday, June 29, 2012. For the market internals, the New York Stock Exchange Advanced Decline Differential closed at 2,194 and the Nasdaq Advanced Decline Differential closed at 1,779. Both of them finishing at the highs of the day, which was pretty positive. There were 40 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 and non-new 52-week lows for the S&P 500, which was also very good. For the volatility, there were 370,000 contracts traded on the VIX today, with 49 million in total premiums paid. For the dollar-weighted put-call ratio in July, we saw 2.8, which was a bullish reading with 72% of the total premiums paid. On August, we saw 1.3, which is a bullish reading with 20% of the total premiums paid. Here we have the daily chart for SPX. Here you can see here we've had a huge update today, 2.5% higher on the news we got overnight. Most of it was a gap higher, and then we just closed and made a couple of new highs throughout the day. Basically, we're here looking at the double top here. There's gonna be some resistance around the 1364 level. That's going to be critical to break next week, but again, we had a huge update, pretty positive close, ending at the height of the day, which was pretty good. Now CI is turning higher here, and CI diff also turning higher, which is good again for the market. If we look at the weekly chart for SPX, you could see here we broke 0.6 line right now at by 2 handles or so. So it was a good overall. We almost had a good outside bar week, but we did not. Although if we look at the futures, we did have an outside bar for the futures, or no, almost had an outside bar on the weekly chart, which was pretty positive here on the weekly chart. Again, we're breaking 0.6 line to the upside. Trend is getting better. Looks like the momentum to the upside is now confirmed here. As you can see here, CI now almost turning positive on the weekly after this turnaround here on the CI div. You can see here we were going lower and then now bouncing back. CI here is almost turning, so that's positive also here for the market. If we look at the gold chart, this is the daily chart for gold. GLD. We had a good day today also, up 2.7%, which was really good. We were not able to close above the 0.6 line on the daily chart, which was at 155.33. So that's one thing to take into consideration. We're still below the 0.6 line. We're watching to if we're gonna be able to break this high here, or we're turning around here. So it's going to be really important next week what does gold do here. CI still negative territory flat, and CI diff slightly negative here on the daily chart. For the weekly chart on GLD, here we have the weekly chart. You can see here we had a good week. We bounced off the lows of the week, which was positive. But again, we want to see break this 0.6 line on the weekly chart to the upside and regain the upside momentum to get more bullish. That is at the 159.77 level. For the monthly chart, ending here, we almost closed below the 0.6 line for the monthly. We were able to hold. Also, we had a green bar for the monthly, basically a doji, but still was not red as it looked yesterday that it was going to be. So that's one thing here to look at on the monthly chart. We're still looking for the 141 on the negative 1 sigma, 166 on the positive 1 sigma. So that's it for gold. Now we're going to look at the VIX. Here we have the daily chart for the VIX. We have a big down bar, 13.34%, going to 17.08 for the VIX, which is a pretty good number here on the volatility. Still feels a lot higher than 17 on the intraday volatility, but looks like the market could rally from here, so we'll see what happens on the weekly chart. CI is now turning down again. You can see it here on CI diff. We had here this spike here a couple of weeks ago, now turning down, now lower again for the CI dip, and we broke 0 sig line, closed below here. That was what we talked about yesterday. We wanted to close below the 0 sig line on the weekly chart. So that's what happened on the VIX. On the monthly chart for the VIX, we have a big red candle below the 0 sig line. So pretty much good. The volatility below 20 at 17.08, which is good. That's what we have here on the charts. We're gonna look now at some breadth data. McClellan oscillator at 226, pretty high, overbought on the short term. So that's one thing here to have caution on. There were 44 new 52-week highs for the S&P 500 today, which was pretty good. No 52-week lows for the S&P 500. Again, now we look at the weekly for this. We could see that there were no 52-week lows for the week, which is very good. We're leaving a tail here on the 52-week lows, and we ended up the highs of the week for the 52-week highs, which was pretty positive here. Action on the number of 52-week highs and lows for the market. That's it for the charts today. We have a special offer by TradeStation. Get your HAMSI Analytics proprietary indicators paid by TradeStation. Contact Active Traders office in Chicago, Peter Albino, at the number listed below. Have a great weekend. I'll talk to you Monday.